everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we have come to the Beal bike park. I'm super excited to ride here. I haven't ridden here in a long time and we're going to kick things off by warming up a little bit, hitting the table jumps, and then my goal for today is to have a look at and potentially ride the mini Bazooka line. So if any of you have come here before, you'll know that the mini Bazooka line is a smaller line of gap jumps. I think there's about 5 or 6 jumps, so we'll work our way up to that towards the end of the video. But first, let's head to the woods and ride the table jumps. Right, we've arrived at this woodland section and I'm going to drop in right now and hit the table jumps. That's awesome. Such a fun line, and it's running really good at the moment because we've been lucky enough to have some awesome weather here in the UK, so everything's completely dry and actually runs really quick, which means that I can get enough speed to get over the jumps. What I'm going to do now is transfer you over to the GoPro and do a run of this line right now. Right, dropping in. That's literally my favourite line here. That was so much fun. I think from a GoPro perspective, especially at the chesty, it makes it look so cool. What I'm going to do now is go right to the top because there's another cool bit of trail from the top down and you can actually come into this one, so I'll show you guys that from the GoPro point of view. And then I know what you're all waiting for, you want me to go and have a look at the gap jump line, so we'll head there next. Right, back at the top of the Beal track now. I'm on the roll in. This view is insane though. We're super lucky today. It's really nice weather, but I'm going to show you guys this line from top to bottom, so let's get it. Right, let's drop in then. There we go. Super friendly table jump line. Yeah, round the Berms. Yeah. Oh, it's so dusty. It's not the best for grip today. Over that jump, round to the right here, and then over here. Wicked. Super fun. Right, I need to find the entrance to the other jumps now. I don't think I've gone the right way. Right. Let's go for it then. Straight in. Yeah. Woo. These are the ones that we just filmed from the side. Super fun. I remember when I couldn't clear these before. Yeah. Nice. So good. Right, we've arrived at Mini Bazooka now, and for some reason I thought they were a lot smaller than they actually are. This is one of the gaps. This is the first jump and it's slightly hipped, and I'm not really used to riding hips, let alone gaps. So I think the best way to do this is to break it down. So I'll hit this one first. If I get that one good, then we'll keep going. And like I always say, it's difficult to ride a set of jumps. If you're riding just one gap jump, it's a lot easier because you haven't got to think about like keeping the speed and the momentum throughout. So the easiest way that I'm going to do this today is just focus on the first one. If I get that one and I'm feeling like continuing, then we'll see how far we get. But my goal today is just to hit this first one because I've spoke about it for so long. Everyone that rides here that knows me has always said, yeah, you'll be fine, you can hit these trails, but it's always for me in my head. So today's the day where we ride Mini Bazooka. Oh, no. It's quite a big gap. So again, I find myself in like a situation where I really want to do it, but I don't know whether or not it's going to go right or wrong. Like, I know that's obviously, you can't always sit there and think if it will go wrong. Sometimes you've just got to do it, but I usually ride with Tom here and he's pretty good at telling me whether or not it's something that I'll be able to do today or not. Like, I think because I'm on my own, well, I've got my sister here, she's filming, but I'm riding alone and I'm doubting myself. So when that starts to happen, I think you're best off to just either go and ride something else and come back to it maybe, or just leave it completely, because I don't want to break myself today. And sometimes you've just got to think to yourself, like, what is your goal for today? Like, obviously my goal is to ride, bring you guys along, have fun. It's obviously never to hurt yourself or injure yourself. And where I'm not used to riding gap jumps, like I've only just started to ride them, like this gap for me is quite big and it's on a hip as well, so there's two different skills there into one, and I'm not that great at judging speed, so I'll either go too quick and probably land really flat, or it could go the other way and not go quick enough and land in the middle, and obviously that's the option that I really don't want to happen. And I honestly, as I'm coming up to it, have no idea what's going to happen, and I think that's quite dangerous when you ride like that, to be able to send something. I think I want to get more comfortable hitting smaller gaps to start with, especially when they're in a row, because that's completely different, like I said at the start of this vid. So we're going to see what else we can ride, maybe come back to this, but again, like at the end of the day, if I don't hit this today, like in my opinion, it's not a total fail, because I've actually thought about doing it. So that in itself is progress, because not even a couple of months ago I would never have even looked at this or thought about riding it. So let's see what else there is to ride. Right, we've moved on now and I've come to a berm line basically. There's cool switchbacks here. I've never really ridden this line before because I'm absolutely rubbish at berms, but it's about time I actually try and improve them. So the only way we're going to do that is to actually ride some. So let's get it. Right, let's get these berms. Strapping in. Right, let's get these berm edges then. A bit better. Yeah. Actually really fun. And I'm not as bad as I originally thought. I felt like I had a bit more control there, which is sick. That was actually really fun. I feel like I have a lot more control than I used to, because when I used to ride berms like this, I always thought that I would slide out, but you learn to trust the amount of grip that you've got, and like I said, it's best to practice it, because the only way you're gonna trust the bike and the grip and stuff is to actually just ride it. So what I'm gonna do now is switch to GoPro and send another trail back in the woods. There's loads of ones suitable for beginner level riders here. It's not just big sends, big gaps and stuff, but there is also that option as well if you're a really advanced rider to come here and ride those features. So what I'm going to do is just go back into the woods, switch to GoPro and show you another cool line. Right, we've come down to the woods now and I'm going to hit the trail called Hula Hoop. It's got table jumps and some berms, and I've never really ridden it before. I think I've ridden it once or twice, so yeah, let's get it. I'll switch to the GoPro to capture the action. Dropping in. Right, I don't know really where I'm going with this. Oh my word, that's huge. Oh, I thought this was easy. No, actually it's alright. Actually really cool. Yeah. And out the other end, nice. And I guess you just pedal around back to the top. So that's such a cool trail. It's relatively new, obviously I didn't ride it perfectly well there, but I think they're making some improvements at the end, so I'm interested to see how that will look once it's all done. And I think that is it for this video today. It's been such a cool session to come back to the ball track again, get the e-bike out. It's been such a nice day weather-wise as well. A bit gutted that I didn't get that first jump on mini Bazooka line, but I think I'm definitely going to come back, maybe with Tom and a few other people to ride with, and get the encouragement, get a few tips to actually hit that, because it's one of these things where I know it's probably in my capability, but when you're on your own and you're doubting yourself, you kind of just think maybe just leave it for now there's no rush, it's definitely coming very soon. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.